Last season, the New England Patriots offensive line looked like a disaster assembled in a rush. Imagine a toddler stacking blocks with glue and tape that aren't meant to hold anything together. That was pretty much the level of cohesion and stability this unit brought to the field. It lacked structure, lacked a base, and most of all, lacked reliability. Every time the quarterback dropped back, it felt like a gamble. Would he have time? Would the protection hold? More often than not, the answer was a frustrating no, and that narrative stuck, as analysts and fans alike pointed to the offensive line as one of the most glaring reasons behind the team's struggles. But now, as we look ahead, that narrative is being flipped, completely turned on its head. Head coach Mike VRABEL made it clear that this rebuild starts in the trenches, and the Patriots have wasted no time addressing that front. You don't fix an offensive line overnight, but when you look at the moves New England has made recently, it's hard not to see a deliberate and strategic shift. Drafting Will Campbell to anchor the left tackle position was step one. The kid's got talent, size, and the kind of aggressive play style that fits right into the Patriots' blueprint. Then came the addition of Morgan Moses, a solid veteran, presence to lock down the right tackle spot. Suddenly, the bookends of the offensive line look legit. Inside, the reshuffling continues. Mike Onwenu moves to his natural position at right guard, where he's clearly at his best, and the Patriots added Garrett Bradbury at center. Say what you want about Bradbury, but the man is a road grader in the run game. He brings that physical, downhill attitude that New England has always valued in its interior linemen. Plus, the Patriots used another draft pick on Jarrett Wilson, a versatile interior lineman who's already being talked about as one of the best center prospects in the draft class. That's not just depth, that's future planning. Of course, the left guard spot remains the hot button issue. It's the one area that critics keep pointing to, insisting that until it's resolved, this offensive line can't be taken seriously. Some are calling it a glaring hole, the weak link that could derail an otherwise impressive rebuild. But here's the thing, while the concerns are understandable, they might be overstated. Cole Strange is the guy most people have in their sights. Is he going to step up and seize the role? That's the million-dollar question. Strange was a first-round pick, which always brings extra scrutiny, especially when a player doesn't immediately dominate. But there's still a lot of belief in what he can become. Some fans want to give him time, others are ready to move on. It's a spectrum. There are those who think he doesn't belong on an NFL roster, and then there are those who see untapped potential and are urging patience. And somewhere in the middle, that's the group just hoping he can be serviceable. Good enough to not be a liability, or strangers entering training camp with the job as his to lose. That's the reality. And if he comes in with that underdog chip on his shoulder mentality, he might just surprise some people. The Patriots had hoped Wes Schweitzer would provide veteran competition, but his unexpected retirement threw a wrench into those plans. Still, the team has some intriguing depth pieces. Tyrese Robinson was brought in, but let's be honest, his resume is light. He's bounced around practice squads without making much of an impact, and it would be surprising if he stuck on. The final roster. Jack Conley, on the other hand, is someone to keep an eye on. Coming out of Boston College, he's shown the ability to play multiple positions across the line. Left guard, right guard, tackle, he's got that versatility that coaches love. Right now, he looks like a prime candidate for the practice squad. Maybe even more if he impresses in camp. Then there's City, who might just be the true backup plan behind Cole Strange. With Schweitzer out, becomes the primary safety. Ned at left guard. He's got starting experience, and while he might not be a long-term answer, he brings enough reliability to step in if needed. Layden Robinson, another depth option, seems to have fallen down the pecking order based on his reps during minicamps and OTAs. But training camp is when things get real, when the pads come on and the intensity goes up. That's when we'll see who really belongs. And let's not forget Jarrett Wilson. Though drafted as a center, there's a real possibility he sees action at guard too. His ability to play across the interior could become crucial if injuries hit or if Strange struggles. Whether it's left guard, right guard, or center, Wilson is someone the coaching staff clearly believes in. So while left guard remains a topic of conversation, the broader picture here is clear. This offensive line is dramatically better than it was a year ago. There's no debate. Analysts see it, fans see it, and anyone who watched this team last season can recognize the improvement. That's how you change a narrative, by adding talent, making smart moves, and giving guys a chance to compete. And that's exactly what the Patriots are doing. But of course, it doesn't end with the offensive line. The offense as a whole is undergoing a transformation. A new coordinator is bringing fresh ideas. The team added weapons around quarterback Drake May, and all signs point to a more dynamic, more balanced attack. The goal is simple. Give May time to throw, create running lanes, and execute a game plan that doesn't rely on miracles. With this revamped offensive line, those goals are suddenly within reach, and yet the haters are still out there. Some are clinging to last year's performance like it's a crystal ball, convinced that nothing has changed. But the NFL moves fast. 1 year can make all the difference, especially when a franchise is willing to be bold, make changes, and invest in the right pieces. This isn't the same unit that crumbled week after week. This is a different beast. Still, questions remain. Will Cole Strange solidify his spot and silence the doubters? Can City So be a dependable backup? Will a dark horse like Jack Conley rise through the ranks? These are the storylines that will define training camp, and they're worth watching closely, because in the NFL, depth matters. Injuries happen, surprises emerge, and sometimes the guy nobody saw coming ends up playing a crucial role in the season's outcome. Now shifting gears a bit, let's talk about something that's flying under the radar but deserves attention. What's going on with some of this veteran free agents still out there, especially Jelani Tavai and Jelani Bentley? These are guys who've worn the captain's patch, who've been the heartbeat of the defense at times, and yet here we are deep into the offseason, and they're still unsigned. For Bentley, it's particularly surprising. This is a player who's been through the grind with New England, shown leadership, and battled in the trenches. Sure, last season ended on a sour note with that torn pectoral injury, but is that really enough to explain why no one has picked him up? There are a few ways to look at it. Maybe teams are just being cautious. He's coming off a serious injury and they want to see how he progresses before committing. Or maybe Bentley is being selective, waiting for the right situation, the right scheme fit, the right role. It's not uncommon for veterans to hold out during this phase. Why rush into OTAs or mandatory minicamp when you can continue training on your own terms, at your own pace, with your own trainers? It's a smart move for some of these older players. They've got nothing to prove in shorts and t-shirts. The real test comes when the pads go on in training camp, and that's when they want to be fresh, ready, and fully healthy. The same logic applies to someone like Stephon Gilmore, former Patriot, elite cornerback, Super Bowl champion. Yeah, he's not the same guy he was in his prime, but let's not act like he's washed. Gilmore can still play, and for the right team in the right system, he could be a difference maker. Just like Bentley, he might be biding his time, waiting for that perfect opportunity. Maybe a contender loses a key defender in camp, and suddenly that phone rings. It's all about timing, and sometimes that patience pays off big. But going back to the Patriots, the main storyline remains: the offensive line rebuilt. And make no mistake, this unit is going to dictate a lot of what happens this season. It's not just about protection, it's about identity. For years, the Patriots were known as a physical, trench-dominant team. That image took a hit recently, but with the moves they've made, that reputation might be on its way back. Will Campbell and Morgan Moses give this team real stability on the edges. Onwenu playing where he's most comfortable. Bradbury anchoring the middle. And if Cole Strange can hold his own at left guard, this group could quietly become one of the most improved units in the league. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are stirring in the NFL circles, hinting at a potentially surprising shakeup in the Tennessee Titans roster. Mike VRABEL, the head coach known for his candidness and no-nonsense approach, reportedly declared that he no longer counts. On KAYSHON Bouttte, following what has been described as a disappointing performance during the team's internal practices. This statement has sent ripples through the fan base and analysts alike, fueling speculation about the future of the young wide receiver. KAYSHON Bouttte entered the NFL with high expectations after showing flashes of brilliance in college, where his explosive speed and playmaking ability made him a standout prospect. However, transitioning to the professional level is rarely seamless, and it seems that Boute has struggled to find his rhythm during the critical period of training camp and internal scrimmages. VRABEL's comments, though not an official release or benching, could signal a loss of confidence from the coaching staff, which is often a precursor to more drastic roster decisions. In the high-stakes environment of the NFL, especially under a coach like VRABEL, who values discipline and consistent performance, a player's ability to deliver during practice is almost as important as game day results. The Titans have been actively refining their offensive weapons, and with limited spots available, a receiver who fails to meet expectations risks falling behind emerging talents or new acquisitions. Sources close to the team suggest that VRABEL's remark might be a strategic message aimed at motivating Boutте to elevate his game, but the underlying tone hints at growing doubts. It's still early in the preseason, and many insiders believe there's room for redemption if Bouttte can showcase improvement and resilience in the coming weeks. For now, fans and pundits are left to wonder whether KAYSHON Boutte's promising potential will be realized with the Titans, or if this chilly reception from VRABEL foreshadows a career crossroads. Will Bouttte rise to the challenge, or is the Titans ship sailing without him? The upcoming days promise to be telling as whispers grow louder and the pressure mounts in Tennessee's training camp. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.